Penultimate, where legends clash, where smack talk flies and the titans bash. From gold busters to thunder grappers, shame wagon rolls and the hype just happens. Blaze biscuit bandits stealing the show. West Coast sport, bring that West Coast glow. David Brent with the office banter. Aaron Rodgers, a fantasy enchanter. Patrick Mahomes slinging the rock. Fantasy points, yeah, we're on the clock. Fantasy points, game on night. From draft to playoffs, passion ignites. The Penultimate, where heroes take flight.
Welcome, gentlemen, to another edition of the Penultimate Show. I am your host, the return of the Rib. Welcome to week 4's edition. It's going to be an action-packed show. We've got, we're going to look back and see what happened in week 3. We're going to look at those matchups in week 4. We've got some guest smack talk coming in, and this is it. This is the final round of the Bane-Bork rap battle. This is the end of the trilogy. It takes place tonight. Now, look, we're going into week 4, right? This is where the decision making has to happen. You and I, we gotta manage these teams.
A manager's role at this point in the proceedings has never been so important. The players are picked, yeah? They've done the physical, they're tuned to perfection. Are they ready mentally? Yeah? Yeah? Are they in the right frame of mind to do the job? The will to win, that's where we come in. Yeah, motivation, confidence.
We gotta make those right moves right now. Though the free agent wire, that's where the action is happening in week 4, 5, and 6. I can't wait to see what's available this week. Let's take a look at what happened last week in week 3. First of all, I went up against the Thundercrappers. And thankfully, I was able to get the victory there, 488 to 318. I got myself on the board. Thundercrappers 0-2, I'm 1-1. John Elway, you went up against X Primo, and you had a good week. You look, man, you scored 420 points, but you lost to X Primo, who scored 537 points. Both these teams now 1-1. Mojo Jojo, you went up against Thick Moon. Thick Moon, it's starting to feel like you're the vacation this season. You won with a big 546 to 305. You're 1-1. Thick Moon, you are down to 0-2. Denton, you went up against Epstein's Black Book, and he took care of business, 434 to 318. Epstein, I have a feeling that he's got eyes on you, Denton. Let's take a look.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this just in. Found footage here of Jeffrey Epstein at his island, adding a name to his black book. Now, whose name could it be? It's so many years. It's a nothing story now. But if you can see here, this over-the-shoulder footage shows clearly the name he is adding to his book is Denton's Dirty Dozen. There it is. I'll leave it for you. Fact, fiction, you know where I stand. I'll see you at the next drop.
Bradley Scott Denton, are you in Epstein's Black Book? I think you are. You dropped to 1-1. It was a short-lived time at undefeated. Auto Draftimus Prime, Bane, who I'm facing this week. You went up against the Goat Busters, and look what you did, man. You busted through 600 points. Got the big victory, got yourself to 2-0. Steve McNair, you went up against Lee Mack, and this was a close one. Most of these matchups haven't been very close, but 372 to 357, you got the victory, and you went up to 2-0. You're undefeated, Nick. We had Willie's Really Weary. Now, look, Willie, is a tough one. You went up against Come What May, and Come What May, my cousin Chris, shattered the prior record with 698. Yes, that's right, 698 points. Cousin Chris, you won the $15 this week for highest point total. Congratulations. That was shipped out to you, and you are a strong 2-0 right now Willie, you dropped to 0-2. Vino, you went up against Scent of an Italian Beef, and you got the victory, Vino, with 406 points. You were very lucky there. You go to 2-0. Scent of a Beef, you dropped to 1-1. And finally, West Coast Sport, just like Denton, you had undefeated. That taste, I hope it tasted good. You lost to the Shame Wagon in a close one, relatively close, 372 to 333. Gentlemen, those were the matchups last week.
My PE teacher, Mr. Morris, was who, got me into football because of his inspirational management technique. He was fair but firm, and unorthodox, sure. If you forgot your football kit, he didn't make you play in your underpants. He thought pants were unhygienic. No, he made you play with nothing on your bottom half. So, but fair, he was not a hypocrite. He imposed the same rules on himself when he forgot his kit. He was a bit scattered. He forgot his kit every week, though. It was, oh.
Let's take a look at the standings now. Let's see how those matchups impacted where we stand. Taking a look at 1 and 2, come what may, and Auto Draftimus Prime. You guys are 2-0 with the big points. I mean, you guys are doing really, really well. Vino, you're 2-0. Shane Wagon, you're 2-0. Steve McNair, you're 2-0 in 5th. Mojo Jojo, you're in 6th. Ex Primo, you're in 7th. Both you guys 1-1. John Elway, 8th, 1-1. That's where the playoff line would be for the top bracket today. Epstein, you're in 9th at 1-1. The Rib is in 10th at 1-1. West Coast at 1-1, Scent of a Beef at 1-1, Denton also at 1-1. Ghostbusters, Lee Mack, Willie's Really Weary, Thundercrappers, and Thick Moon. You guys are all 0-2, but it's still really early. You can pick up some victories and be right back in the swing of it before you know it. Those are the standings. That's how things are lining up. But let's take a look at the other side of the coin. Let's look at the pick'em. Now, 15 of the 18 teams did pick them, and it's a wonderful little hedge. If you're losing on the main standings, but you're doing all right in the pick 'em, at least you know you got a little money coming back at you. And right now, John Elway, you're in the lead. Return of the Rib, Epstein's Black Book, Ex Primo, you're in 4th. Chris's picks, Aaron McNair, you're in 6th. But you see from the point total, 114, 111, 109, 108, 107, it's very close. At this point, a couple of missed picks, and all of a sudden you are right back in the swing of it. Or if you're down low, you could be as high as first if you picked an upset in the course of a week. Those are the pick'ems, gentlemen.
The greatest thing about football, I think, is that it is for everyone, It's not just for men. And anyone who says it is just for men is a sexist, which I hate. So, women can watch football too. A lot of players are very attractive. So not to me, I'm not, but, to women.
Let's take a look at the matchups for week 4. We're still really, anything's possible for anybody. Let's throw them up there. Starting things off, we've got the return of the Rib going up against Auto Draftimus Prime. That's Bane. And this marks the 3rd and final year, the trilogy of the Bane-Bork rap battle. And I have to say, Bane, when you joined the league 3 years ago, this has been a delightful part. I look forward to the week that I'm playing you to have this rap battle. But I got to tell you guys, things have changed for me in the past month. I'm no longer alone. I now have in my employ my very good associate, Mac Sampson, and Mac isn't playing around these days. He's got an album on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music. If you haven't heard Balls Deep, by Mac Sampson, you need to go check it out. It's 22 outstanding tracks. And when I told Mac about this rap battle, he insisted that he represent the Bork franchise. And so, well, I'll let him tell you.
Yeah. Week 4, and we already facing Bang. That's cool. Stand back. Let me show you how Max Sampson smacks someone. Look at the sticky situation, son. Let me pick up the pen and paper, this'll only be fun. Penultimate, your 5 heart beating, still so alive. Staring down the biscuit, he about to take an ugly dive. Belly flop. So right quick, let me focus up. This battle light work for me. I'm a dog and you a pup. Take out my special top secret fantasy recipe. Show you again how to properly fill a cup. Stand back, Jack, I make this pack. Return of the Rib going on in your tech. Delivering to your doorstep, overnight pain. The guy with the crying towel. Yep, that's Bang. Do this, Bang. Shoot your vision behind me, squint your eyes and look. I'm sure you'll agree. See that golden trophy, the penultimate max. That's all mine. While your stale biscuits still taste whack. God damn, that trophy looks sweet. Stand back, Jack, I make this pack. Return of the rib going on the attack. Delivering to your doorstep, overnight pain. The guy with the crying towel, yep, still bang. Not gonna bother you for long. Just to disguised as a dope ass song. Talk all the shit you wanna spew, but buddy, the ribs ball show ain't blue like you. I know what you're gonna say. My flow ain't real, I probably had to pay. You thinking about the wrong thing? Okay, keep dreaming about the goal, can you get it? No way, so stand back, Jack, I make this pack. Return of the rib going on in your check. Delivering to your doorstep, overnight pain. The guy with the crying towel, forever bang. Big Mac attack got you running, look at you. Told you, Bart, I work for you now. They need to listen to my album. That guy need to stop going balls deep. It's on Spotify, man. Listen up, see you on the field. Let's settle it down there.
Big Mac attack is for real, gentlemen. He slapped me. Mac slapped me when he saw my first cut of the lyrics didn't have him in it. He slapped me one, and then later he came and gave me a hug, and he said, look, it was out of love. I promise I'll only smack you when you're being stupid like that. Bane, look, man, I don't care about your 1,000 points. I'm coming to get ya! I'll see you out on the field. Next up, we've got John Elway. You're going up against Vino Labertino. Vino's trying to get that third victory. Big game for him. We got Mojo Jojo going up against Lee Mack. Lee, you're trying to get a win. You're 0-2. You don't want to be 0-3. Mojo Jojo trying to get over 500. Thick Moon of the Werewolf. Look, Steven, light it. You got to get the moon out. The clouds need to come away from the moon so the howling can begin. You're going up against the Shame Wagon, and the Shame Wagon would love nothing more than to remain undefeated and to place you at the bottom of that 0-3 pile. Then you're going up against West Coast Port. Both you guys were undefeated after the first couple of weeks, after the first match. Now let's see which of you goes up to 2-1. One of you will certainly be able to do it. Goat Busters, you're going up against Willie. Ooh, critical matchup. A couple of 0-2 teams. So, hey, one of you is going to get a win. One of you is going to be down there in the 0-3. Steve McNair, you're going up against Ex Primo. And Ex Primo favored to win this. But I'll tell you, McNair, a win here going to 3-0. Boy, that would really set this season up nicely for you. Thundercrappers, you're going up against the Son of an Italian Beef. And Thundercrappers, you're trying to avoid that 0-3 hole as well. This should be a good matchup. And finally, Epstein's Black Book going up against the Beefy, come what may, who just scored 698 points. We've got a bevy of incredible matchups coming. I'm looking forward to seeing how all this plays out here in year 5 of the Penultimate.
Where heroes take flight.